Ole Miss at Texas A&M. Texas A&M 1.5-point underdog over under 55. This game's at 7 p.m. Eastern on SEC Network. I think you hinted at this game earlier with I think this is the one you were talking about with the team playing a million games in a row. One thing that I'll mention with Ole Miss is, and this kind of goes along with what you're saying, and you'll add context when we get to that. I last week, Lane Kiffin, came out, Ole Miss came out pretty hot, and then they got dominated in the second half, right? So I said to myself, I feel like this happens a lot, like Ole Miss, and this year's in particular. Now, a lot of it was like they took their foot off the gas this year, but I was like, I feel like Kiffin comes out with great scripted plays, has a great game plan. He always has, he's a great play schemer, and I feel like Ole Miss always comes out hot, but then they fizzle in the second half, and he always gets beat in coaching adjustments. So I went and checked. In his career, Lane Kiffin's career, this is stunning. He's 72-41 against the spread in the first half, but the best of all time. Most profitable coach of all, 64%, 72-41. You know what he is in the second half? The worst of any current coach, 44, 60-5, 42.7%. So I'll wait for you to talk about this in our Moneyline Underdog segment. But if Texas A&M is down at the half, keep that in mind because, which you'll get to, Ole Miss has played like a million games in a row. So not only do you have this adjustment advantage, Ole Miss could lose its legs. Like they might have nothing left, like we talked about with ECU, who, by the way, is also on a short trip in altitude. So keep that in mind. If Ole Miss is close at the half, I'm going to be most likely on Texas A&M second half.
Ole Miss is exhausted. This is their 9th game in a row. You saw them deflate in the second half last week. Now they go on the road against a Texas A&M team that has not had a home game since September 17th when they beat Miami. It has been forever and a day since Jimbo was in the friendly confines. And yeah, Haynes King has had some issues. He'll be there. We don't know how healthy he is. And yeah, Connor Wegman is expected to get the lion's share of snaps if King isn't able to go. But really, this is all about Ole Miss and their fatigue. Zach Evans at running back missed the LSU game. He was expected to go, not healthy enough. We don't know if he's going to play in this game. Their top 3 tacklers on defense have all been dealing with injuries. So the health of this team is suffering. And then when you look at the actual execution on the field, Ole Miss is not performing the same way that they were a month ago. For example, running back Rashawn Judkins, his production at running back is just coming to a halt. A full season average of 3.1 yards after contact. Last 3 games, 1.8, 2.4, 2.3. They are not getting the push. They are not getting opportunity yards after they get contact. Jackson Dart has a 4% turnover-worthy play rate for the season. In 3 of his last 4 games against LSU, Vandy, and Kentucky, he has posted at least a 6% turnover-worthy play rate. His play is completely on the decline. And second leading tackler A.J. Finley played just 24 snaps against LSU. He only had 1 tackle. This team is absolutely exhausted on both sides of the ball. They need to get to a bye week, which is next week, pretty fast. The defense gave up 553 yards on the ground to LSU and Auburn over the past 2 weeks. And then throw in the fact that Texas A&M's defensive coordinator, DJ Durkin, left Ole Miss. He's now doing the same position for Texas A&M. You've heard Lane Kiffin make some jokes in the media this week about how they just couldn't afford him and Texas A&M can buy everybody. Listen, that is a plus for Texas A&M in this spot because he's gone up against Lane Kiffin in practice all the time and knows how his mind works on offense. Give me Texas A&M. Don't need the points. It is a fantastic spot against a very fatigued and tired Ole Miss team.